Hey everybody, Alex Kozora, SteelersDepot.com. If you're new to the channel, what we do at least once a week, ideally maybe twice a week if we have some good suggestions, so feel free to leave a topic in the comments. Just go through a film review on some certain topic, whether that's scheme, individual performance from the previous game, so we'll do that for Sunday night's game. As the title suggests, we're looking at why was Vance McDonald not targeted until, basically the game over, less than 2 minutes to go. And I went through the film, and it was interesting because while it's frustrating that he wasn't targeted at all until the game was all but over. I thought the Patriots did a great job of taking him away. So we're going to look at a bunch of plays here that illustrate that. First one, he's lined up as the Y here. And bottom line is, the big picture stuff you got to understand for the purpose of this video is that the Patriots put their best guys on him. The two weapons that Bill Belichick identified as, and we can't let these guys beat us, are Juju Smith-Schuster and Vance McDonald. And Juju was obviously limited, and Vance basically got nothing until the final 2 minutes of the game. So man coverage here, Patrick Chung, the longtime safety, running with him on this corner route. Just man coverage, being physical, and that's going to be the running theme. We got a bunch of plays to show today that'll illustrate that, getting his hands on him early, being in that hip pocket. We'll kind of thumb through these plays relatively quickly, but they're all going to have the same idea. Be physical, a lot of man coverage, and put your best cover guys on McDonald. Look at it from the end zone angle, then we'll flip to the next play. And I apologize in advance, Game Pass is wonky, so sometimes it just freezes. We'll deal with that the best we can. But McDonald on Chung, and just gonna press and ride that hip pocket and just totally blanket it here, right there. Nowhere to go. Next play. And again, we'll try to go through these relatively quickly because they're all basically the same thing, but I want to show you the volume of plays just to kind of illustrate how he was just almost never open, especially against man coverage. 3rd and 6 here, big down. Y tight end McDonald is. Again, against Patrick Chung. And it's going to be the same idea. Hands on him. No separation allowed. Deep shot to Holton, which was by design. I think Holton really was the intended receiver on this play if they got the look that they wanted, safety rolling away. One-on-one coverage, but hands on McDonald, man coverage, not going to be able to separate, can't make that throw, they're going to Johnny Holton, and the pass incomplete. Look at it from the end zone view, again, being physical, put one of your best cover safeties. Patriots have a great safety duo in McCourty and Chung. McCourty, obviously the free safety, Chung, the strong safety. There's McCourty there, but we're looking at McDonald and Chung, hands on them, no separation, can't make that throw. Next one, sticking first quarter here. If I can find it. 2nd and 18. See McDonald get in motion. They're going to rotate Chung down. They had the corner. I think that was the corner on him there. And again, man coverage. No press this time, but still man coverage, essentially. McDonald, Chung. Maybe more zone here. I'm not 100% sure, just because of the eyes of where Chung was at. But basically, as McDonald went and made his break, he was covered up. Yeah, probably more zone here, I should say. But eyes, man in your window becomes man coverage, and ball ends up having to get out anyway underneath to Dante Moncrief. So maybe not the best example, but again, I just want to show you, Chung was all around number 89. That was a clear plan by the Patriots this week. Okay, pick it up here, 2nd quarter. And McDonald in the slot here, empty set. Again, facing Patrick Chung. Once this thing rolls through. It's going to be like the first play we looked at. McDonald going to run this corner route. Chung in his hip pocket. Nothing there. Again, up here. Just nothing available. Can't make that throw. And ends up being incomplete to Moncrief. Side note, they tried to run this switch vertical, which they hit AB for a touchdown against the Pats in Week 15 last year. But running it with Dante Moncrief and running it with Antonio Brown are two very different things. And the pass is incomplete. I don't think you'll get a good look at it there, but there's Chung and McDonald. So again, 23 on 89 for most of the game. I think I can just roll to the next play. 3rd and 10. The one difference here, again, he saw a ton of Patrick Chung, but I want to look at it here. McDonald lined up in line. And this time he didn't get Chung. I'm not entirely sure where even Patrick Chung was at on this play. I don't know if he was even on the field. But what he did get was Jason McCourty, basically their number 2 corner. So the time they didn't see Patrick Chung, they're putting a corner on McDonald. They don't want linebackers out there on Vance McDonald on their top threat. That did single up Gilmore on Juju Smith-Schuster, who made the completion. Was a positive play, a rare positive play for the Steelers offense. But again, corner on McDonald. That's the matchup that they wanted. Didn't want to have a linebacker or even a safety, a backup safety potentially on him. And taking that away, Ben goes elsewhere with the football. So even when the rare time he didn't see Patrick Chung, he's getting a cornerback on him instead, which not much better. Next play to check out. 3rd and 15. Again, and a lot of these are third downs too. Third down, who the top 2 guys are, Juju and Vance, and they weren't giving Vance any sort of breathing room. And it's just manning up, being physical, just in the way Stephen Gilmore was talking about being physical with Juju Smith-Schuster, not giving him, a free release. It's the same story with Chung on McDonald. McDonald here. There's 23 again. And hit pocket. Taken away. No chance. Just can't make that throw. So when you sit back and look and wonder why didn't McDonald get the football, there was just no opportunity to do so. Now you could talk about, could you scheme it better? Could you find ways to design the play to get him the football with some screens and short passes and hang concepts? Absolutely. That's a separate criticism, which is fair. But in terms of what they actually called, it wasn't Ben just missing him. There's just nowhere to go. And pressure on that play doesn't help. 3rd and 15. Defense pinned their ears back. I think they ran a stunt here. I was paying attention over here, but I think you get a loop. Yeah, really nice stunt with Winovich. 3-man game. Adam Butler, number 70, gets in. We'll look at that briefly here because I'm showing the same thing on McDonald. You probably get the point by now. But crash, loop into the A-gap, away side A-gap. And Foster gets run up here, kind of gets squeezed. Doesn't really see the stunt coming because he's focused on the linebacker. Winovich gets free, and Foster's off his feet basically, and it all goes a bit sideways, and the pass is incomplete. All right, last 2 we'll look at, and again, all similar ideas. I didn't even look at the 4th quarter to be honest for this particular topic because at that point the game was over, but it's all the same idea. We're looking at 3rd and 3. There was holding on this play, I believe. Looks like there was some sort of penalty in here. Again, 3rd and 3. Guess who's on McDonald? Rolled up, pressing. It's Patrick Chung. Just not. You can't throw it one-on-one and let your guy make a play, but it's really good coverage. It's really the definition of a 50-50 ball, and I understand why you don't want to take that chance because it is fairly low percentage. But 23 on McDonald, pressing him, getting his hands on him early in the route, disrupting that timing in the release. Still hands on him. And Ben throws the slug go to Deontay Johnson, and the pass was incomplete. Okay. The last play we're going to look at, kind of bouncing around a little bit here. And this one is a little different, so we'll spend an extra second on it. Well, really, it's a very minor, it's a simple concept, but I know the Steelers tight ends, they have been asked to pass block. It's something that they really need to do, but you don't really get them to pass block much. If you go back through the tape, you don't see it a whole lot, but you see it on this play with Vance McDonald. And so I do want to note that there were a couple times where Vance, who played 70% of the time, so he was not an every down player, he's going to get rotated out a little bit, and they ran a lot of 4 and 5 wide receiver sets, which took away about 30% of McDonald's snap count on Sunday. But then you get plays like this in the red area. Not my favorite thing, having him pass block on 90. I don't know. Obviously, you're getting a pretty aggressive look pre-snap, so maybe they wanted to keep it in. How about the protection? But you end up actually only getting a 4-man rush. So in hindsight, I know it's 2020. Did you really need McDonald to come in on the defensive end? Probably not. Takes him away in the red zone, limits options. Although this play should have been caught by Dante Moncrief. Obviously, the terrible game that he had. Probably attributed to the finger injury, that dislocated left finger that he suffered in training camp. But yeah, some pass protection too in the red area. Not my favorite thing, but a missed opportunity there. And then I'm sure if you're watching this, you can see Juju open up on the crosser. And yes, Ben arguably missed him. I'm not entirely sure what the progression was on this play. Moncrief really should have had this touchdown and made it a moot point. But if you are wondering, yes, Juju was pretty open, and I'm sure Ben's regretting not hitting him on this play. But Moncrief was there and was able to make that play, or should have been able to make that play, and unfortunately did not. So if you're wondering, why McDonald had basically a goose egg until the game was all but over, that's why. Good game plan from the Patriots. Obviously, they out schemed and they out executed the Steelers. When you do both of those things, you're gonna win 95% of the time in the NFL. So hats off to New England. Got to find more ways to get Vance involved. Obviously against Seattle, they got some good linebackers with Wagner and KJ Wright. Maybe get him on a strong safety. That Seattle secondary isn't the best right now. It's a pretty young group that had some issues, I believe, against the Bengals, allowing some big plays. But mission to Randy Fichtner, among other things, find ways to get Vance McDonald the football. But Patriots took him away really well in Week 1. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Any other videos or topics you'd like to try to see me broach this week. I have a lot of articles and film rooms already done for Steelers Depot, so you may see the article form on the website, so check there first. I can't get to everything, but I will read your comments and maybe try to do something else for maybe Saturday or Friday, a little bit later in the week. Let me know, again, your thoughts, whether you're listening on YouTube, follow me on Twitter at Alex_Kozora, or following the site SteelersDepot.com. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.